Newsmax is continuing to stake a position to the right of Fox News. But this is my favorite clip because it shows just how much they've lost the plot.
I'm actually very optimistic as where we are, because America is a center-right nation. We're not a nation that embraces socialism.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just hope that either these Republicans who are joining the socialists right now, and I mean, like I said, it's got to be it's maddening to me. I can only imagine how conservatives feel in the Republican Party watching all of these Republicans basically sign on to the Democrat socialist agenda. Hell, Romney's proposing full-blown communism right now with a universal basic income. It's absolutely incredible.
That's amazing. And these people have no idea what communism is. I mean, come on, man. Romney's proposing communism with a universal basic income bill. I need everybody to understand something. Universal basic income is actually, you can support it and have a variety of ideologies. There are right-wing versions of UBI. There are left-wing versions too, but there are definitely right-wing versions of UBI. So for example, Milton Friedman was for a version of UBI. And the idea in the minds of right-wingers is, hey, what if we drastically limited, the size of the social safety net, or maybe even eliminate the social safety net, get rid of the alphabet programs, as they call it, because there's so many, acronyms or whatever they are. Get rid of them and just replace that with one block payment to people. Now, what I don't like about that right-wing approach is that usually what they're talking about is replacing a certain amount in value with a lower number. So in other words, you might get the equivalent of $1,500 a month from a variety of programs from using the social safety net, and then they would want to get rid of that $1,500 in support you have and replace it with $1,000 or $800. So that's a net cut in your benefits, which is, that's not good. That's a right-wing idea. They want you to get less help, not more. And so that's why I would oppose a right-wing version of UBI, where you limit or eliminate the social safety net and just do a block payment. But if you want to talk about doing a UBI on top of the current existing social safety net, or simplifying the social safety net and doing a UBI, as long as the amount of money and support that people are getting is equal to or more than what they get now, then I'm in favor of it. In fact, universal basic income, I've told you guys this before, universal basic income hopped my list of one of the most important policies. Before, I used to not support it, then I supported it but didn't really prioritize it. Now I support it and prioritize it. It's one of my top policies because the best way to get help to people, especially in a pandemic and a depression, is to cut a check directly to them. So, but anyway, you can support UBI as a right-wing libertarian. You can support UBI as a believer in social democracy or a libertarian socialist. You could support it in a variety of different ways and different versions of it. So anyway, my point is, these guys, they don't know anything. They're talking on Newsmax and being confident in their tone, but they don't know anything. They know absolutely nothing, as if UBI is full communism. What? You want to back that up at all? No, of course he can't. He can't. Because they don't like Mitt Romney because Romney is anti-Trump. They don't like Mitt Romney because Romney is anti-Trump, so they're ripping Mitt Romney, saying he's a full-blown communist or some shit. And by the way, hilarious, laugh along with me, Donald Trump was for the $2,000 payments. Donald Trump was for them. So is Donald Trump a full-blown communist? They didn't say that. Why didn't they say that? Because again, these networks, Newsmax and One American News Network, they're not ideological at all. They're the most simplistic and dumb networks you can imagine, because their whole worldview is Trump good, everybody else bad. Trumpism good, everything else bad. And it's actually not even Trumpism, because like I said, they're not actually ideological. It's all visceral bullshit. And right now the feeling is well, Mitt Romney supported impeachment against Trump, so fuck him. Now we're just going to call him a communist. But if the reason he supported universal basic income, so you think that makes him a communist, well, when Trump is for $2,000 checks, that at least makes him a socialist in your eyes, right? But no, they don't say it. They're just incredibly dumb, man. I find it amazing that some people can talk about politics seemingly all day, every day, and just know nothing about policy. This is a great example of it. Newsmax, One American News Network, Dave Rubin, is another good example of that. How do you talk so much about this shit when you don't know anything? You don't know anything. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I know some shit. Like, what the fuck? Mitt Romney is a full-blown communist. Can you imagine uttering that sentence or believing it?